Did you know Giyu makes some friends after the end of the series? Or the reason behind the weird hair color of the Rengoku family? Here are 48 secrets you probably didn't know about the Hashira. The wind Hashira, Sanemi shinazugawa, has a rare blood type called Marechi, which is a big deal. When demons smell this type of blood, it intoxicates them and messes with their senses and movements. And it was thanks to his rare blood that he was able to kill demons even before joining the Demon Slayer Corps. Another fun fact about the wind Hashira is that he always keeps his uniform open and shows his chest because he is proud of his muscles. Although it's not confirmed by the author, Sanemi became partially colorblind during his fight against his mother, who had been turned into a demon. The large scars across his face are also a result of this tragic encounter. Another thing about Sanemi that's not canon is his romantic relationship with Kanae Kocho. Not much is known about their relationship, however the two enjoyed spending time together after joining the Demon Slayer Corps. It was revealed in the second fanbook that Sanemi occasionally talks to Shinobu and asks about her well-being because she is Kanae's sister. Even the stone Hashira claims that Sanemi had a crush on Kanae. However, unfortunately, we don't have confirmation from Sanemi, and we also don't know if these feelings were mutual. The original design of Tengen was much different from his current appearance. He was less muscular with a much thinner build, and he covered half of his face with bandages. He also wore sleeves because apparently he didn't want his flashy arms to get sunburned. According to the official fanbook, Tengen and his wives became friends with Giyu after the end of the series, and when Tengen's child was born, Giyu was allowed to hold the baby. It's somewhat surprising that they become friends since their personalities are complete opposites. Speaking of his wives, Tengen was originally meant to marry Suma's younger sister. However, Suma interrupted the marriage interview by bursting through the door because she wanted to be the one who marries Tengen. In a manga extra, Tengen and the main trio form a music band named Stylish Scruffy Democracy. Tanjiro is the vocalist despite being tone deaf. Zenitsu is the writer and plays shamisen. Tengen is on harmonica, and Inosuke plays taiko drum. Their debut song, Exploding Skin and the Melancholy of Modern Smell, was so bad that it made everyone who heard it get dizzy and vomit. They have another song called Previous Life Sins, where Zenitsu whines about how he can't get a girlfriend. Tengen is one of the only two known Hashira to retire due to being permanently disabled instead of death or age. The other being the former Thunder Hashira, Jigoro Kuwajima, who lost his right leg in a fight against a demon when he was 35. We all know Gyomei is blind, however he still has a keen sense of awareness, as he was able to avoid malicious actions from people around him, such as attempts to trip him or throw things at him when he was young. This led people around him to call him a liar, as they believed no blind person could do what he does. Gyomei once slammed Inosuke headfirst into the ground after Inosuke one-sidedly decided to challenge him to a match. I mean, Inosuke did a lot of stupid stuff, but challenging the strongest Hashira to a match is definitely the worst one. Another cute fact about the stone Hashira is that he is a cat person, a trait he shares with Mitsuri. The two Hashira enjoy talking about cats with each other whenever they have the chance. Mitsuri even named some of her techniques after cats, like Cat Love Shower and Cat-Legged Winds of Love. If you haven't read Kyojuro's special spin-off, there is a pretty good chance that you didn't know Mitsuri was Kyojuro's Tsuguko when they were younger. During that time, she ended up creating love breathing, which she derived from Kyojuro's flame breathing. Another great thing Mitsuri has achieved is that she's the only known female demon slayer to unlock the Demon Slayer mark. Although they have very different personalities, Mitsuri and Shinobu are great friends. This is partly because they are the only female members of the Hashira. Mitsuri teaches Shinobu how to make Western dishes, and Shinobu gives her love advice. What's funny is that neither of them knows what they're talking about when it comes to love, so their conversations are often completely ridiculous. Shinobu isn't the only one close to Mitsuri. Mitsuri also has a sister-like bond with Nezuko. The series is filled with adorable moments between the two, such as Mitsuri tickling Nezuko or styling her hair. Before the tragic loss of her family, Nezuko had a similar role as the older sister looking after her younger siblings. After losing most of her family and her humanity, Nezuko found the emotional support she needed in Mitsuri, who became her unofficial big sister. Mitsuri's pink hair was caused by her eating too many Sakura mochi. She ate 170 of the pink-colored rice cakes every single day for 8 months. Mitsuri isn't the only one whose hair color changed because of food. Apparently, the ancestors of the Rengoku family ate a lot of shrimp tempura, causing their descendants and their own hair color to become this flame-colored hair. Another reason for their unique hair color is attributed to a tradition in the Rengoku family. In this tradition, the pregnant women would spend 2 hours staring at a flaming torch every 7 days. This is said to be why the male members of the family have flame-colored hair. It was revealed in a Taisho secret that Kyojuro doesn't have a Tsuguko because his training is so hard that they all end up running away, except for Mitsuri, of course. In the second fanbook of Demon Slayer, the Hashira are ranked by their level of openness. Kyojuro's openness is ranked at 95%, which is the highest among the Hashira. No wonder he's the nicest guy in Demon Slayer. It's unknown why, but the former flame Hashira, Shinjuro Rengoku, hates animals. That's why he never allowed Kyojuro to have a pet, even though he loved to have one. Shinobu also doesn't get along with animals too well, as apparently she can't handle furry animals. However, she does have a goldfish named Fugu. Shinobu's parents worked in compounding medicine, which is why she is very talented in making medicines and poisons. After their parents were brutally killed by a demon, Shinobu and Kanae decided to join the Demon Slayer Corps to prevent innocent people from experiencing the same. The one who introduced them to the Demon Slayer Corps was none other than Gyomei Himejima. The sisters managed to convince the stone Hashira to introduce them to a trainer after refusing to leave his house for 3 days and moving a giant boulder. Shinobu and Yushiro had a bit of a tense relationship during their research time together. Shinobu didn't fully trust Tamayo due to her being a demon, and Yushiro wished to kill Shinobu because of that. Shinobu is one of the friendliest characters in the series, as she always smiles no matter the situation. However, she wasn't always this way. When she was younger, she was outspoken and often brash and easily lost her temper. But after Kanae's death, she started to behave more like her sister and developed her positive attitude. She also started wearing her haori, and her hair clip is now worn by Kanao to honor her memory. Another Hashira whose personality changed after his sibling's death is Muichiro. We all know the Mist Hashira has a cold and quiet personality. He doesn't like to talk much and prefers to be alone. However, he was quite the opposite when he was younger. It was only after his brother Yuichiro died that he developed this cold and distant personality. Ever since he was a child, Muichiro could sleep peacefully under any condition, even if there was a thunderstorm. The Mist Hashira wears oversized and loose clothes that hide his limbs from his opponent's view, which makes it difficult for them to predict his movements. Another fun fact about Muichiro is that his Kasugai crow is so jealous that it doesn't allow him to have a pet. Giyu's crow is also a weird one. He is very old, so he often makes mistakes when giving messages and moves slowly during battles, which stresses Giyu out. Following the climactic battle against Muzan, most of the Demon Slayers fell into a coma. Though Nezuko's primary concern was her brother Tanjiro, who was also unconscious, she repeatedly visited Giyu as well to give him his haori. You see, Giyu's haori was almost torn to shreds after the battle. However, Nezuko managed to repair most of it thanks to her sewing skills. Giyu was so touched by this that he sent her so many different gifts, like kimonos, western clothes, and hair ornaments. This made Zenitsu extremely jealous and considered him a potential love rival. And if you wonder why Giyu loves his haori so much, it's because half of it belonged to his best friend Sabito, who died during the final selection when he tried to save Giyu and the other children. The other half belonged to his older sister Tsutako, who sacrificed her life to save Giyu when they were attacked by a demon. It's not every day when you see Giyu smile. However, he once did when he saw a fresh plate of his favorite food, which is simmered salmon with daikon. He once even invited Tanjiro to eat it with him. Tomioka's mentor, Sakonji Urokodaki, is always seen wearing a Tengu mask. He started wearing it because he has a very gentle face, and demons used to mock him because of it. He also makes wooden masks for his students to protect them from harm, and he only makes fox masks because he has a special liking for foxes. Urokodaki receives money from the Demon Slayer organization, but he never spends it and prefers to live a self-sufficient lifestyle. However, he did use it to pay for the food he gave to Tanjiro when he was staying with him. This might surprise you, but the serpent Hashira Obanai Iguro is not very strong in terms of physical strength, as the author mentioned that he ranks a little weak in arm wrestling strength among the Hashira. He is also the one with the smallest appetite among the Hashira, and only eats to survive because he sees eating as more trouble than it's worth. It's said that he can go up to 3 days without food. Obanai used to have an extreme fear and hatred towards women. This is because his family, which consisted only of women, abused him when he was a child. It's implied in the manga that Mitsuri is the first and only woman he found beautiful, and his meeting with her was love at first sight. The two even make a cameo appearance in Tonikawa Over the Moon for You. Speaking about love, Obanai's voice actor, Kenichi Suzumura, is married to Tamayo's voice actress, Maya Sakamoto, and this isn't their first collaboration. They've also worked together on Ouran High School Host Club, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and many many other projects. To learn more about the Hashira, check out this video where I explain everything you need to know about their backstories.